Hey everybody, this is my first attempt at a wheelie tutorial. I learned how to wheelie last year, and because it's fresh in my mind, the whole process, I thought I'd share my thoughts. It's quite a bit different from all the other wheelie tutorials that I've watched, and believe me, I've watched dozens. I think the other content creators are a bit too young. I started learning how to wheelie when I was 36. I'm a year older now. So my brain was fully formed, and I needed a slightly different approach to this whole wheelie thing than I guess the young guys do. If there are any other old heads around who need some encouragement or some strategies to get into it, this is it. So the first thing we have to accept is that you can wheelie your bike, you're just scared, right? Fear is the thing that's the one thing that's holding you back. You're just too scared to do it. You know how to rev, you know how to dump the clutch. So what's the problem here? The problem is you're so terrified of messing up that you can't even do this simple thing. There are two steps that I found. Number one was tiny little actions, tiny little exercises. Two exercises that we do one at a time first and then combine them together. So the first one is riding at a comfortable pace, well within your limits, maybe 40, 50 kilometers, second gear. What we're going to do is we're just going to blip, 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 blip. We're just going to pull in the clutch like this. Now, typically, this is not what you want to do. It's going to unsettle the bike, make it very uncomfortable. Remember, we're not shifting anything. So this is going to create a jerk like this, a slight gentle jerk. But if you're anything like me, you know that you don't want to do that, and you have never really done that. So it's going to be very unpleasant, very uncomfortable, and you're going to hate it. This might produce a kind of fear response in you. Terror, some may say. So at that point, what you're going to do is you're going to stretch out your arms. You're going to stretch out your arms, going to take a deep breath, and say, great job. I've made myself terrified, and then I've relaxed myself. This is the new metric for practicing wheelies. You're going to scare yourself a tiny bit, and then you're going to relax and do it again. After that, there's the second exercise. You're going to do the same thing, unsettle the motorcycle at a reasonable speed with the throttle. You're going to, like an absolute squid, blip the throttle as you're going along. This is going to create a slightly more powerful jerk than the clutch did. So you're going to be even more unsettled. But again, every time you experience this terrible feeling, take a deep breath, stretch out your arms, and say, listen, I'm doing a great job here. Number 3 is going to be combining them together. Well, not the jerking, but slight acceleration with a little bit of clutch. So let me show you how that's going to look. So we're going to go into second gear. Second gear, mid-range RPM, 40, 50 kilometers. Relax. Stretch, take a deep breath. Wow, great job. You came back from that. Let's try it again. First gear, is possible too. Very pleasant. Very pleasant. If you do that consistently, you're well on your way. Now I'm on a slope, so I'm going to go downhill with the throttle. Notice how much more violent. You're doing really well, but if you're ever some kind of terror, stretch out your arms. Take a deep breath. Say, I'm doing a great job. Make sure your practice area is clear when you're doing that. Now, these two activities should absolutely terrify you. But remember, your job is to feel the panic, realize you feel it, stop, take a deep breath, stretch your arms, say, do a great job. If I feel the terror, I know I'm going the right direction. You're going to do this again and again until it becomes absolutely uneventful. I just did that. I didn't feel any kind of stress at all. But trust you me, when I first started practicing this, absolutely terrified. Every single run like this, up and down this little hill, I had to stop. I had to take a deep breath, I had to relax, calm my breathing, stretch out my shoulders because I got all tight inside. This is what the battle for doing a wheelie really looks like. You can't practice something you're absolutely terrified to even attempt. So that's what we are going to do. You're not so much trying to wheelie as you're trying to control the fear. And this will then apply to any other motorcycle maneuver you want to try in the future. So we tried the clutch, pop. We tried the throttle, blip. Well, now we're going to put them together. The third activity is the start of a wheelie. But we must remember, you are not measuring your success by how high the wheel goes up. You're measuring your success by the fear you feel and then your ability to bring that back to normal. You feel a little bit of anxiety, you bring it back to normal. That's success, my friend. So let's give it a try. Second gear. Even acceleration. There we go. There's no guarantee that you're going to lift the front wheel. And you really ought not to aim for that. What you want is the combination of the first two exercises. A little bit of acceleration, a little bit of clutch dumping, and you're on your way. Remember, you did it once. Congratulations. Stop. Stretch out your arms. Enjoy the scenery. Calm your heart rate. Say, doing a great job. Thanks, guy on the internet. And you try again. Do you want to lift the wheel higher? Definitely not. Please avoid this trap of pushing yourself further and further and further. That is not the metric by which a grown adult learns how to wheelie safely. What you want to do is focus on removing any sense of fear that you have, getting used to that. As you get used to it, it becomes safer and safer and safer to try to go higher and higher and higher. But if you can't do it 10 times in a row, you should not do it higher. So, if you could feel decompression in your forks, great. Feel decompression in your forks 10 times. If you could feel the wheel lift, great. Feel the wheel lift 10 times. If you can't do it 10 times in a row, you can't do it. For me, it's easy now. But before, there is no way I could have done that. There's no way I could have done that before. I was too scared. I was petrified. My body did not react the way I wanted it to. So I would take a little trip up the hill. Then I would stop, stretch, take a breath, relax, tell myself I'm doing a great job, and head down the hill. Now, do we want to push ourselves? No. Why not go back to the same exercise from before? Acceleration, clutch. Feel the scale before progress. Don't feel the fear. Good job. Throttle. Like that. Fantastic. Breath. Put your hands on the cars. Downhill. Oh, enjoy life. This is how a grown-ass man learns how to wheelie. After you've overcome the fear, now you're ready to watch a young guy's YouTube tutorial on how to wheelie. They're gonna teach you the finer points of covering the back brake, of doing all the other cool stuff. But if you haven't been able to overcome the simple fear of playing around with the clutch, playing around with the accelerator, you're gonna have a really hard time. So I really hope this tutorial helped you or will help you as you practice this. Remember, dealing with the fear is what we're practicing, not the wheelie itself. If you like that, drop me a like and tell me how you haven't crashed. That's what I would really like to see. I guess I'll just do a wheelie, because, you know, why not? That was a good one. Come on. Consistency, you know. I'm reaching my limit over here. That's how we get to where we are here. Do I feel a little anxiety doing that? I do. Take a deep breath, tell myself, doing well, buddy. Next season, it's gonna be tanking inners all the way. Have fun, guys.